Super Sunday Sport Live. We also had, of course, the Sports Soccer Board. It was indeed a great weekend. But come on, I'm gradually hoping that we get the best of football back latest August, where the top 5 leagues will begin. Not forgetting our own Nigerian Premier Football League, which will also begin as early as August the 31st. So slowly but surely, we're getting back club football back into our midst. But what a weekend it was. We'll talk about it. A lot happened from Formula One. There was stuff that happened in tennis as well. With
Rufai Nadal
up to speed from the Tour de France and cycling. The transfer market did not disappoint us. And of course, don't forget, as we prepare for the Olympic Games, TikTok is just behind the corner.
Just so you know, we are currently streaming live on our YouTube handle. Yes, do well to go to our YouTube channel. Search for the address Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. That is VOP 961 Abuja, and you will get connected to us and see how we look like in the studio. And of course, we are also streaming on our Radio Garden app.
Absolutely.
Do well to download and listen. Share the link on your social media status, your stories. Get everybody involved. Tell them that the sport crew of VOB is here. And on YouTube, you can do well to share, like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Sport Bishop, I'm tempted to open the phone line almost immediately.
Absolutely.
I'm tempted. Can we have the phone line real to our listeners?
Absolutely. You can feel free to interrupt the program. Very simple. Interrupt us with your calls, your messages, your voice note, your WhatsApp call, your WhatsApp voice note, your WhatsApp messages. Anyway, whether it's WhatsApp or normal call, the numbers are the same. 0808 312 8618. I'll tell you that again. 0808 312 8618. And that's the number to be part of the show. Let's hear from you, because this is the voice of the people, and our job is to give you a voice.
Absolutely. And with that, we say it is game on. And of course, we begin the show from the local scene. You know how we do it. A charity, they say, begins at home, but it seems that charity have left the house somewhere on the street. That's just on the flip side. A Sport Bishop, a couple of days ago, let's go back to this particular story, because it got so many sports lovers worried as to why some of our sports are not adequately taken care of, especially preparing for the Olympics. Talking about the Taekwondo Federation, talking about the hockey, the cricket, the rugby, and what have you. Just some few federations have them their budget for the year covered, as well as them been taking proper care of a federation like the Football Federation, the Athletics Federation, the AFN, and basketball. You can also add that, even though some of us are saying, what about boxing? But the minister of sport development has come out to say that the allocation allocated for the sports ministry just capture a few, and as for others, there's no money left. He cited the reason that all the money has been exhausted in the just concluded All African Games that went down in Ghana, and just few federations are getting the support from the federal government in preparation of the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Sport Bishop, if this is anything for us to go by, believing what the minister have said, is this the way forward, or could this be the reason why other sports are not doing well, because they are not properly funded?
First of all, I want to correct a bit of an notion where you said that they are not fully funded. No, the sport ministry is in charge of the preparation for athletes for the Olympics and their welfare at the Olympics.
Only the Olympics?
Exactly.
Oh wow!
Because because at the end of the day, like you did say, they were at the All African Games, where the minister who was in charge took care of the athletes. So what he's saying in general is that there is no more funding for other sports in the budget, because from the inception, not even today, not 2 years ago, not 3 years ago, like you said, there are only few budgets, few sports that are captured in the sports budget. Others are just getting in, handouts from the sport ministry And don't forget, this year, so many sports activities has happened that should not have happened the same year. There's been a cluster. We've had the Africa Cup of Nations this year. We've had the All Africa Game this year. We're having the Paris Olympic Games this year. We had the All Athletics Championship, both the trials here and the one senior and junior this year.
In Cameroon.
So many activities that should have not happened this year because of the postponement of events has been clustered. So he's saying what he's trying to do as a sport minister is to ensure that in the budget from next year, every federation will be ascribed an amount of money, no matter how small, for the day-to-day run of its activity, because it has never been so. Anything you get from the ministry just handing down or trying to help in the run of their affairs. That's why in some sports, like I did speak to the Nigerian Tennis Federation, where he said, everybody say, is the alpha and omega. If the man does not bring out the funds, then no money is coming from anywhere because there is no allocation from government. It's not like football, we know where the money comes in, basketball, athletics. In this sport, they have to generate their funds themselves. I remember when I talked about the volleyball with under Engineer Musa Nimro, where I said that the man has been sponsored, him and his board have been using their personal money to ensure that the Division 1, Division 2 keeps running, to ensure that Nigeria is participating in competitions in the continent and are doing well, which is not supposed to be so. The normal thing that should be done is that every federation has got an amount of money allotted to them yearly. But it's not so, and that's what the minister is saying. He's planning, is one of his plans for next budget that every federation, no matter if it's captured in the sport ministry, will allot a certain amount of money. But for now, we're saying after the Paris Olympic Games, he doesn't know where the funds is going to come for the other sports. And we're just barely in where? July. We've got August, September, October, November, December to run in our sports in Nigeria.
That is so pathetic, if you ask me, because if allocation has been given to a federation to prepare for the Olympics, just like you are notly appointed only, then that is an eyesore. Because we have the cricket games, the T20 that goes down to which our yellow-green always participate from their own pockets. We have not mentioned the rugby team, our black stallions that are always there, and they are improving in their games. I didn't mention swimming, I didn't mention gymnastics, I didn't mention taekwondo, and the sports are doing well. Now, just a minute, Sport Bishop, if only allocation is being given to the various federations just to prepare for the Olympics, then that is wrong. For example, we have the football, the NFF, the Football Federation. We have series of competition every year, aside the World Cup, aside the AFCON, aside the CHAN, aside the WAFU, aside the cadet level, different age grade competition in football, where it is almost all year round. There's always something for our football, either the Super Eagles or the Super Falcons or what have you. If there's now preference, that is the underlining word now, preference to some federation and other federation are neglected. How do we grow our sports in general? And
that's why the man is saying that when he first came in board, remember, I'm not holding forth for the sport minister. He said he threw away that word, that we normally hear from so many sport administrators will tell you competitive advantage. And I asked you for a sport that we've got talent scattered across Nigeria. We can harness those talents and then become world stars.
I didn't mention wrestling.
Exactly.
Because we are gaining weight there.
Oh, yes, we're gaining weight. Thank God for the government of Bayelsa State who have been helping out as well. But like I said, first of all, it's not the job of government to run sports. But as far as our sport is concerned, we are still young and growing. And if government will put money in basketball, will put money in football, in athletics, why not put in the whole sport? And that was the argument that Senator John Ohaino is bringing to the table. He wants everybody to enjoy the largesse in sports. But it has not been so for some time, for a long time. And this is why...
Obviously.
Look at wrestling. You talk about one of our better hopeful in the Olympics. It's wrestling. And if not for the fact that they've got a leader in Daniel Egali, and of course the government of the FCC who have been supporting and as well sponsored, because I keep asking myself, okay, government can only pay as much part as they can, because even if let's be sincere, the minister gets some money to you, it will never be enough to run your sport. So the federation's president has to sit up with their team and begin to look for sponsors who will sponsor this game and give them quality for their money they're dropping in, so that the sport can improve. Because always relying on government, so basically, my take on the government running sport, it's it's never attainable, not anywhere in the world.
Sport Bishop, do you know I was laughing when you said that it is at high time all the federation president sits up?
Absolutely.
Let's come to football for a second. Now you get the gist. Can the Gusole board, can they attract sponsors? Can they attract a viable sponsors, and the sponsors will believe that even if we put 1 kobo, 1 million, 1 billion in our football, it will yield results. I want to allow you to say something in that because we can go on and on and on and on. But we want to appreciate the Minister for Sport for this initiative. I'm telling you, for these thoughts that moving forward, we will try to make it everybody get involved, no matter how little it is. Sport Bishop, quickly, you have personally been following the Davis Cup right here in Abuja and Nigeria in general. It is official now. We have qualified for the World Cup. Talking about the Davis Cup World Cup Group 2 after more than elusive, a magnificent defeat to our brothers, the Jollof Derby, Ghana. Indeed, we show them that any day, anywhere, we can get the best out of you. Not only Nigeria qualified, the likes of Zimbabwe and Namibia also qualified. But for Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, they were relegated to the Group 4, where we'll also meet up the likes of Benin Republic.
Benin Republic will stay put in
Of course, I'll remain in Africa Group 3. But for Nigeria and Zimbabwe and Namibia, they've all qualified to the World Cup.
First of all, kudos has to go to Dayo Kintoye. I think he's the president of the NTF. Also, kudos has to go to the coach of the team, Coach Benson Isijeli. It's over just less than a year. Nigeria has moved from Group 4 to Euro Group 2, and nobody gave them a chance. When they were about to host it, about like how can they qualify? I did tell you that only 3 teams would qualify, 2 would go down, 1 would stay, and we're all drawing our competition. Oh, can we just as third and just qualify? But after the first game, we beat Zimbabwe 2-1, winning 2 singles, losing 1 double. We lost to Namibia 3 sets to love, beat Cote d'Ivoire 3 sets to love as well, and then the biggest one was when we beat. After Cote d'Ivoire, we beat Benin Republic and then Ghana, and then it looked like, oh wow, Nigeria finished on a safe landing. So kudos again. Kudos have to go. Even Namibia, who were impeccable, lost to Zimbabwe. So no team is unbeatable.
Everybody got their own fair share of defeat.
Absolutely, but it is what it is. Nigeria finished second. Take one of the automatic qualification squad just behind Namibia, who also lost just 1 game as well. But look at the ratio there. It is definite.
12-3 in favor of Namibia and 10-5 to Nigeria.
Look at it. And then Nigeria second, Zimbabwe third, Benin stay put, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire go down. But I tell you, it was a cracking one. Kudos have to go to everybody who played, the likes of Emmanuel, one of the players, talking about Bulus, Christopher as well.
Absolutely.
The guys who played in the doubles, they were outstanding. It was 5 days of tennis. And finally, I think the sport minister who was saying we should get 1 spot, he should be happy. We didn't just finish in third. We finished second in this competition.
Among the top 2.
And this, let me add this to it before we leave tennis. This is the highest we've reached ever in tennis when it comes about the Davis Cup, which is the World Cup of tennis. We hope that these guys can push a bit further and get us to Group 1, where we can begin to face the best in the world.
Absolutely. All right, away from tennis, now let's touch down football, but this time let's dwell here in our own country, as well as the Nigerian Premier Football League, where we hear that it is a great initiative. It is a good move for the likes of Ayimba, being partnered by a Polish club. All in all, I'm seeing growth expansion. I'm seeing export of talent. I'm seeing investment. This is what you get when you have a chairman or when you have a board who is futuristic, who has this tentacle spread all over Europe. We must give kudos to a certain kind of Wanko because he's a persona. As one of the most celebrated athletes in Nigeria and in Africa at large, is bringing this kind of partnership with the likes of the Polish club.
Yeah.
Though the Polish club together with Ayimba as a club.
Now, I want to say, first of all, it was Hakam FC, remember? When Ayimba had struck that drill through the tutelage of Nwankwo Kanu. And my question is not about striking the many clubs. When I saw the news, I was like, oh, good one. But what do they bring to Nigeria? I know the last time we said they'll be coming in once, right, to tutor the coaches, give the players a new enhancement, take them abroad to get used to better facilities. We've not seen much from that deal with Hakam FC. I'm going to be sincere with you. So this deal again is another welcome deal from the Polish league. Let's hope and pray it brings. See, I want to see. It's not about signing up deals for me. It's about what does it bring to? Because we need this partnership because we want our league to be better. We want our league to be one of the best in the world. So if the league will add to what we've got in our own the Nigerian Premier Football League, fine. But Kudos has got to carry one. It takes a lot of work to get them to come around. But I just hope it's not just for the paparazzi, for the pictures. We want to see their impact in Ayimba. One, from their youth level. It's like helping them with the youth level down up. That's what we had would happen with Hakam. and then know what from the youth level, you begin to see them, build a structure that matters, training tough, camping for the players, and then we can begin to say, oh, this is what it's bringing. But so far, so good. I'm happy with Kanu. I think he's doing his job.
It's a gradual process because all of these things in terms of players being exported and also players imported, as well as coaches gaining experience from coaching courses and what have you. It's only going to take time. Sometimes when you throw your net here, you might not get any fish. But if you can throw your net as wide as possible, it's just a matter of time. This is good initiative, right? But it's going to take time.
It will take time.
But one thing I'm very hopeful, I'm very sure that it will definitely yield results. Don't you think so?
Hopefully, we'll wait and see. Only time will tell. I don't know what I can say. But I'm very happy with the deal.
All right, and talking about time being telling, I know that time is of the essence, but Ikorodu FC, a newly promoted team to the Nigerian Premier Football League, is saying we still have time. Even though the transfer market for the Nigerian Premier Football League has not officially opened, we have not decided the players that will play for the team or the players that will be leaving. Just give us time. This is our style. Speaking to fans, speaking to journalists, speaking to sport lovers, they are telling us that they have not officially unveiled their team for the new season.
Yes. I had a chit chat with Toby during the AGM, the annual general management meeting in Abuja here, where the draws for the new season was made, and of course, where they agreed they will have a full season. And I caught up with the director, now the assistant secretary of the MPFL board, and this is what he said. He said that they will not break the bank to sign players. They have a plan. They have a plan on how to take care of their team, flying them from games to one another. But when it means to pay exorbitant fee like the top teams owned by state government, he said it's a no. So you don't expect them to, and funny enough, they have a very short period of time, like he did say, to register players. I want to see which are, but I think they will not be in a haste to sign 4 or 5 players. If they get 2-3 quality players, fine, they'll take it. But according to him, they would not break the bank to get players in the team. He said, according to him, he said the range of 600 to 800,000 is what players in the top teams get, and they don't even have the budget to do that. They are more or less interested in staying afloat in the league and building something for next season. So wait and see what they can do in the transfer market. But I have to give kudos to them. When they were coming up to the MPF, they knew what was at stake. 8 games, not a joke.
Could this be the reason why they are taking their time to get the best of legs?
Get the best
because
of legs.
for Ikorodu City, they do not want to be relegated.
Exactly. Get the best of leg with the lesser fee. It's simple. I want to buy a big foot player, but if I can cut the price down and get him, it's fine, because Ikorodu is a privately owned club. We've seen so many privately owned clubs come to the MPFL and suffer. So if everybody's for of money, but all of other things, they want to come and stay, which is the important thing. And the only way they can stay is by cutting their clothes according to their shimmy, based on what they have. You know what I'm saying. And that's all about. It's about cutting costs and doing the right, which is very important, very, very important.
That needs to be put into cognizance in moving forward for a privately owned club and not a government-owned club like Ikorodu City. Sport Bishop, before we move to the Olympics and look at how the Super Falcons are preparing, as well as what happened to the the Tigers over the weekend, where they lost. Let's finish from Nigeria before we move out, but still in the confine of our local stories. The Super Sand Eagles. We hear that later tonight, midnight actually. I wonder why they want to come in the night. They were quite victorious over the weekend against a host nation, Mauritania, to which they had to travel to Nouakchott to go play that game, and it was a
long trip. But
nine goals a thriller. We hear that they will be touching down later tonight, where they will get set up for the return leg. As Sport Bishop, over the weekend we saw how these players, even though we opened scoring, but we had to come from behind to win that game. Kudos to a certain Atali. You got a brace in that game.
Absolutely. I think I had a chit chat with him after the game. I did play that early in the morning about Victor Tale, what he said after his team won that victory, talking about the win for his team. Wow, I watched that game. It was mind blowing, jaw dropping. It was suspense filled. You couldn't just take your eye off that game from the start, first period to the second period to the third period. If you just blink your eyes, at some point they were trailing 3-2 down, and then they came back to draw 3-3, and then they considered a game 4-3. And voila, the Super Sand Eagles, and this is why they were super. 2 quick goals, just as a equalizer, and then that finish from Victor Tali. And he scored 2 goals in the encounter after Emeka Obunda, and of course, not forgetting Taiwo had scored earlier on in the game. So it was a fantastic game by the boys. Abdullah Issa was quite elated about his team because, come on, you could see the passion in the boys' eyes. It's not a big win to take to Kaduna, the Mutara Square for the second leg on the 27th of July. But it's a win. These guys have not kicked a ball in Africa for over 5 years.
Now, talking about this team not kicked the ball for over 5 years, Sport Bishop, but over the weekend, some fans were saying that this could just be a smoke screen. We haven't done had the best of preparations. Yeah. We haven't had the best of games building to this one. This win might just be something to pacify us and say, okay, we have won. But looking at the bigger picture, should we beat our chest and say the Super Sun Eagles is back? Absolutely. Or is just a one-off where when we lose and lose where we will say, you told us.
Well, I did tell you
because it's a mixed feeling.
I did tell you, be sincere, that I followed these guys for some time, for years now, 4 years in the NBSL. I understand what it takes, for these guys to want to play for the national team. When you're playing club, where you're waiting for the national team is not even coming up. They were so hungry. And kudos has to go to the chairman of the committee for futsal and boot soccer, Honorable Isen Essien. He was there live with the team in Mauritania. And they kept on saying, don't worry, we'll get you guys to play. This is the true reflection of the Nigerian Beach Soccer League. The boys there are names you know if you follow the Beach Soccer League. And they proved the audience that why they are the best players in the league. 5-4, going away against Mauritania, a very stubborn team in beach soccer, and snatching a win. It's huge. I know it wasn't I didn't going to be a ding dong affair. It was never going to be a walk in the park. So I'm really happy for them. I think it's a fantastic win. They've got a cushion, one-way game to take to Kaduna. I think they would qualify for the AFCON proper. I'm very optimistic with the coach Abdullah Issa, and of course, talk about Christopher Kadiri. These are coaches and former players of the Super Sun Eagles. They understand it. So I'm not scared. Like you said, they'll be arriving. They trained in that pitch on Sunday. They left early hours of this morning to arrive in midnight, and then they go straight to Kaduna. The preparation continues for that big game that happens on the 27th on Saturday.
27th on Saturday, just like he said, will be the return leg. A win for us against Mauritania. We will be singing Uhuru. Here comes the AFCON for the beach soccer.
And yet another sport event for the sport ministry.
Hopefully there will be fun for those guys. All right, quickly, Sport Bishop, our time is far gone. Come on, let's fly. It is two defeats for the Tigers in a roll. First they lost to Germany, and now they've lost to Serbia. Should we be worried?
7-6.
It doesn't matter the scoreline. Just 8 points, but we should be worried, shouldn't we?
Oh, we should be. Come on. But if America, USA, with all the LeBron James of this world, Anthony Edwards could manage a 101-100 victory against South Sudan.
A victory.
South Sudan.
But it's a
one
friendly.
point. They have to come back and win. 1 point just before the buzzer by LeBron James. Tells you that basketball is improving everywhere in the world. The girls have one more friendly against Japan, I think, before they hit out for the Olympics proper. They play even the host France in their own group. But I love Rene Wakama. She was realistic. Come on, it's friendly games. These are grade A teams. Don't forget, Serbia, the team that they lost to since 270, is a top 10 in the world. The team they beat Germany is in top 10 in the world. These are teams who are highly ranked. Nigeria is just 12th in the ranking at this Olympics. So it's good. I love the fact they're playing bigger teams. So by the time they get into the Olympics proper, they're not star-struck, So it's the right way to go. But, not the way to start, but come on, it's a friendly game. We need to look at the positives and then build on it. But like I said, America may manage to skill their way through.
You keep saying America.
No, they own the sport. They own the sport.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. To South Sudan.
Sport Bishop, just like my teacher would tell us way back in school, he would say it is better you get a 0 over 10 during the assignment and get 10 over 10 during the exam.
Absolutely.
That is all that matters. Nigeria will face Canada, Australia, and host France in Group B for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games for the women basketball. Sports Bishop, over the weekend in still the Olympics, we hear that some of the Super Falcons team are trapped in an elevator after the squad jersey have been released. They actually went to probably have a training section.
Yeah,
so on their way back,
the elevator was hooked for some seconds, some minutes. Anyway, this thing's happened. It's a technical glitch.
So if it can happen in Nigeria, we are NEPA.
It's a technical glitch, but I'm more focused on the fact that the girls, the full squad trained on Sunday after the coach of the team, Kanabaro, and the Ward gave them a break on Saturday. I'm so happy as well that they've had a friendly game, even though they were beaten by Canada. I'm also happy that the squad number has been released. Everybody knows which jersey they're wearing. I'm also happy, that the fact that
certain Adriana is talking that beating Nigeria will be huge.
Exactly.
I'm happy they are talking about us.
Exactly, because it shows that we've got quality players. Despite the glitch, the girls went to their hotel room and slept nicely. So it is what it is. But come on, we've got tough games, but if the opponents are saying we're going to be tough, like Andrea, one of the top players in the world,
of course,
come on, we should show that they're willing to put some respect on our name.
Absolutely.
Look at the last World Cup and imagine how the so-called finalists, the three lionesses, have to struggle past us to get to the final. So it is what it is, and I just go there believing that they can beat any team in the world. But wow, I look at the group again, and I'm hoping, can we break the jinx of getting out of the group stages? It's gotta be very tough.
And what are the countries you're playing? Brazil,
1,
Spain,
2,
and Japan.
All former world champions. Come on, Nigeria's got something coming.
Sport Bishop, before we run out of Africa and go pay bills, lubricate our lives, and come back for the foreign scene, should we trust the Verona Umbamasonga led board of the CAF, not really led by the Secretary General, still part of the leaders of the Confederation of African Football, saying that come next year we will be debt free. Looking at the FIFA grants we're getting, looking at the various contributions by the various countries, FA, and looking at the projection from the backload of debts they incurred coming into office and what they have done so far, and the projection looking at next year, they are confident that come next year, CAF will be debt free, not minding the club African Club League that is looking like the lifeline of for CAF.
It is what it is, guys. I love the fact that you said the leagues. I think the biggest funding we've gotten ever in our life is from the Africa Football League. The Saudis trying to experiment something with us, and it's working big time for CAF. They're cashing out big time, just to participate. Was how many million? Was it $1 million? So money is coming in. They're telling us that we'll be debt free, and I'm really happy for that news. Let's see how it goes. But I think I'm very optimistic. I think the money is coming in right now is serious. Serious money from club football, serious money from FIFA, serious money from women football as well. So if CAF is telling you that we'll be debt free, why not? And don't forget, we've got the billionaire who is a business
before it came in, his track record of business is impeccable.
He told us to run CAF as a business that's going to get money, and he's gotten money.
Absolutely. And every AFCON season, the prize money tends to increase.
Money keeps sponsorship
and
to
you
increase.
see how African football has improved,
flourishing,
including club football.
Thumbs up to Mosepe. Keep it up, man. Even though I'm still a fan of the Africa Football League, I still don't think it has any business in our football. Come on. Money-wise, I think they've done so well for African sport.
Looking at Morocco, they have increased the profit with over 50% in their sport, football in general. Well, as for me, I believe that CAF will be debt-free come next season.
I believe too.
And the moment we are debt-free, we will have a spot on the table at FIFA and begin to look at them in the faces and tell them there are certain things we can no longer take, including our calendar.
Do you know it's that bromance that is bringing this money? It's that bromance that is bringing this money.
It doesn't matter. If the bromance will definitely yield results, we can start beating our chest and say, yes, we are there. All right, Abuja, keep your calls coming on 0808 312 8618. We will officially open a phone line when we return from this break. Don't touch the dial. More loading on the show. We hear that a certain Rodri have overtaken Jude Bellingham and in the quest to become the best player according to Ballon d'Or recent rating. All these and many more. We also hear that Marseille is on fire because Messi and Greenwood will be playing football. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Good to know that you are still there waiting for the sport crew of Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja, because you cannot get enough of the dose of sporteline we have injected in your system in the last 38 minutes of the hour. Good to know that you are still there, and now we are back to continue where we stopped. Just so you know, we are still streaming live on our YouTube handle. It is a Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. Yes, I do well to like, share, and we want to read your comment as well on our YouTube handle. So do well to drop your comment there, and we will definitely give it a read. And also do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Very important to get you welcomed, christened, baptized, anointed into the Spotty family. We are also live on Radio Garden, Spot Bishop.
Absolutely. You can just download the Radio Garden app from your Apple or your iOS store. Simple, look for Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja, and voila, like I always say, he will be live in your speaker. And come on guys, this is part of the show where you have your say on everything happening. Come on, you can be part of the show. The phone line is up and running. Yeah, you can send us a WhatsApp call, a WhatsApp voice note, WhatsApp message. You put a call to us or send us an SMS on the same number. All go. Whether it's WhatsApp call, whether it's normal call, the same number, 0808 312 8618. That is 0808 312 8618. 0808 312 8618. And yes, we'll have the conversation because it's Voice of the People and your voice must be heard.
Uncle Fine Boy is still here, and the Spot Bishop as well. We all here. The other person missing is you. So be part of the show when you give us a call. Come on, Spot Bishop, can we move to the foreign scene?
Absolutely.
A lot happening there. And from the foreign scene, we touched down Stade Velodrome. Now, ever since Mason Greenwood made that switch from Getafe to Manchester United and to Olympique Marseille, Spot Bishop, a city known for its football heritage, a city that have produced some of the finest, brilliant footballers like Didier Drogba, like Tulalon, not forgetting the likes of this guy that played for West Ham, number 10,
Dimitri Payet.
Payet, absolutely, and some of not forgetting these Bafotimi Gomez before moving to Olympique Lyon. This Olympique Marseille is known for its football heritage, is known for its fans. It is the most followed French football team ahead of a certain Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain came into limelight cutting over the oil money, of lately. But the city has been divided since Mason Greenwood moved over to Marseille. Remember that Barcelona, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, and Lazio this transfer season, we are up for Mason Greenwood. They actually wanted to get these players, but following the sexual assault scandal that was peddled against him, to which it was finally laid to bear after investigations and everything was done, the lady in question came out to give her own side of the story, and that issue has been done and dusted. But Greenwood has not escaped the limelight negatively concerning that story. And I can tell you, Sport Bishop, that the club, the fans, even the feminine team of Olympique Marseille, they are all against Mason Greenwood playing for the team. They call it they say that it is a more of I'm trying to get the exact word. They said, okay, that it is a risky thing, it is sickening, and it is against the tenant of football in Marseille. Now, my question is, Sport Bishop, when we are talking about players who have wronged, should I say, themselves or their partners, and moving forward, doesn't mean that there is no place for forgiveness, or once a player has been sexually, it has been sexually confirmed that he or she, okay, in this case now he assaulted the partner, and it warrants this outcry from the female world, they should not be forgiven. There should be ousted, crucified, banished from football totally, because this happens to be the cross of Mason Greenwood.
The word sickened, disgusted, and dismayed is a huge word. And I think for a player who was not found guilty, like the law says, you're not guilty until you're prosecuted guilty. To be used such a word for a player who was not found guilty of battering or domestic violence is, for me, it's unacceptable. And I'll give my 2 cents. Before this deal was done, the Prime Minister of Marseille said he does not sanction the deal. He does not believe this should be done. That because of his track record, he would not support the move. But Marseille were stubborn. And for that, the fans would have to love or hate him, because he's going to put up the jersey number 10 for the club and play. Because this guy has proven that he can play. He went to Spain. He did
Obviously,
so well.
Was the best player for Marseille.
Did he have any record
season?
of domestic violence when he was in Spain?
Absolutely
not. The answer is no. The lady in question has come and turned the story and said no, he did not do such a thing.
And they are living together. And so, she has a baby now.
Oh yes, for the young man. So what are we saying? So look, okay, let me not take you back again, because I'm not getting, I'm getting sick in my stomach when I hear things like this. Let me take you back to a certain Mendy who was taken to court, and all the whole charges was not found guilty. Now he's taking Man City to court for not paying him his full salary.
21 months.
Yes. And now the Man City would have to pay, because if it's like he's going to win the case in court. What happens to those ladies who accused him wrongly? They walk free on the road. The man whose career has been dented, destroyed, annihilated, banished, scattered, and battered is Mendy. He now plays somewhere in France, because a player who should be playing in the
highly talented.
What a player. So now brings that back to me. Greenwood should not be punished for the sin of a lady. If he was found guilty, fine. Then I'll say, okay, you have a case. There is something against this man. And this doesn't prove that he's found guilty. And that's why when we scream about Salisu Yusuf, yeah, a lot of people I may not have a case for Salisu Yusuf, despite how good a lot of people think he's a tactician, because he has been found guilty of an issue. This man has not been found guilty. So why do you want to crucify him? So what happens to ladies? It's to me, I don't get it. I can't fathom it. How do you end a man's livelihood for the sake of hearsay?
Now moving forward, Sport Bishop. Now Mason Greenwood, know that will play for Olympic Marseille moving forward.
He has been signed, sealed, and delivered.
What happens to him playing football? It is obvious the fans, not all of them, some of the fans will turn against him. That is one.
Football is a game of love and hate.
2, rival fans during game
would taunt him.
Absolutely.
You should have to grow a thick skin.
Moving forward,
okay,
the city of Marseille, some part that is already divided, will not have this love for Mason Greenwood.
He will buy it by playing.
How will Mason Greenwood fare with all of these things ahead of him?
All he needs to do is silence the critics by scoring goals. By the time he scores 20 goals in 10 games, the fans will start screaming, Greenwood, Greenwood. It's sick. Football is a love or hate game. It can only get worse if he does not perform. Now he now knows he's under the edge. He has to prove the quality, the value of what he brings to the team, which I think he does not. He can't doubt his quality. So he needs to now play and buy the fans to his side, because at the end of the day, you can't judge a man based on what he's not being found guilty of. So for me, it's unacceptable. I don't think I'm a human activist. I'm a human person. I believe there's no room for violence, domestic violence, anywhere in the world. But this man has not been found guilty.
Absolutely.
The woman is still living with him. If it was indeed a beast, like she in quote, the woman would have run for a scamper for her dear life.
Absolutely.
So what are we saying?
We are saying that there is no place for violence, but then we also say there's no place for hate, especially when that case has not been proven
beyond reasonable doubt.
Absolutely, that the player is guilty. All right, Sport Bishop, can we come down to the EPL and talk about the Manchester clubs, because it seems that those two clubs are currently in the news. One is saying, talking about the red half of Manchester United, the gaffer has come out to credit the board that indeed they are now proactive, unlike the previous board he had, where player deals is being stalled, is being dragged, and they don't have the best of precision. But so far, United have been doing so well, not only in the transfer market, but also as a structure, and is looking for a much more robust season ahead, as I said, to tie some deals, the likes of Adelita Ngweta, as well as a certain Zibimendi, hoping to join the club. Why the blue half of Manchester City? We heard that they have now joined the race to sign Eberichi Eze from Crystal Palace, as I said, to let go of a certain Elderson, who wants to join Al Ittihad in the Saudi Pro League.
Bonnie speaking, I think a bit of what £30 million will be sent for Elderson. Wait and see that they will go through. He wants to make some more bucks. Man City can afford it. Why not pay the man and keep him? But they will look at his age. He's 30 years of age. But for goalkeepers, 30 looks like someone who's 21. He can keep another 7, 8, 9 years.
True.
If he's in the right shape and frame of mind. That's my take on Ederson. But I think wait and see whether the money will be too good to turn down for Ederson, and they could force a deal. But it's Chase is an absolute talent. I just hope the other clubs are trying and looking out for him. I think if he comes to Man City, he will really explode. He's a quality player. He's someone I really fancy a lot. But for now, to Man United, I think Ten Hag talks too much.
Wow.
Oh, yes,
I think so?
Earlier he said that
he has every reason to talk. As for me,
Eric Ten Hag, what Eric Ralph Rangnick did say some few years ago was true, that Man United needs a open heart surgery and not a minor surgery. And that he went ahead to even say that certain Anthony could become a world-class player at Arsenal. Remember who Anthony is? I told him the king of the merry-go-rounds. For like, yeah. So now he's now coming out to say that the boards are doing the right thing. See, the board has always supported Ten Hag. Let's be realistic. I don't think any manager has got more support than he's gotten in recent times.
As for Ten Hag, he's not talking about the transfer alone. He's talking about a structure.
That's because they are supporting him. We thought that when the guys who bought 27.7% share,
Sergeant Ratcliffe, the
Ineos, yeah, they would have fired him, but they still went ahead to cuddle him and give him a year contract. Why wouldn't he say the right thing? See, he understands what it means. You have to say the right words to your owners. They are doing the right. After who runs the affairs of the club?
Okay.
The Ineos. So I think he needs. See, he's under pressure. Whether he likes it or not, he's under pressure. What he does this thing with the time whether he stays that extra year he has signed. Because I'm still not convinced that Ten Hag is a man to lead Man United to the glorious future they're looking at.
One man that is currently under pressure is a Brazilian winger, Vinicius Junior, as he looked back in the race to win the Ballon d'Or, and he found one man that people are saying that he deserves this award following his illustrious season with Manchester City. According to the latest Ballon d'Or 2024 ranking released a couple of hours ago, sees Vinicius Junior topping with 44%, and surprisingly, Manchester City Rodri sits second with 40%. Far behind them is a Real Madrid midfielder and England midfielder Jude Bellingham with just 14%. While number 4 is surprisingly Real Madrid defender Dani Carvajal with 8%, and the wonder kid himself Yamin Lamal with 5%.
He'll win the Golden Boy. He's not. Lamar shouldn't be.
And what happened to Kobe Mino?
Kobe Mino. Come on. That man is a golden boy. Kobe Mino is an upcoming artist. He's that bad.
Okay, vice winner, assistant winner.
But let's take this call first of all.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the show.
Hello, good evening.
Always a pleasure having you join us, Evidence.
Good evening, Uncle.
I can hear you.
Good evening.
Hello?
Spot
Good
Bishop
evening.
is here
Go
too.
ahead.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Do well to call us Evidence as other callers as well. 0808 312 8618. 0808 312 8618.
Hello. Good evening. What's where are you calling from?
Good evening, Sport Bishop. This is Evidence Emmanuel.
Evidence Emmanuel. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Oseni right now.
Evidence. Talk to me, Evidence.
Uncle Simon, good evening.
Good evening to you, Evidence. Let's have it.
Now start from home. I think an early Nigerian for the take like. For the Super Falcons, I'm wishing them all the best, and all the athletes that are going to represent Nigeria in this Olympic. I wish them all the best. I wish them to win good for us, even silver or bronze. Anyone they win for us, but I just wish them all the best. Coming to Rodri. And for the Ballon d'Or, I think Rodri deserves this Ballon d'Or.
Okay.
To be honest, not because I'm a Man City fan, but because last season this guy only lost 2 games. the games we lost against Real Madrid and the game we lost against Manchester United in the FA Cup. That is the only game he lost. And the season before that, he didn't lose any match. Man City play. He didn't lose. The season we won the treble. He didn't lose any match. And he won the Europa Nation League, I think.
Yeah, Nations League and the European Championship, yeah.
Yes, he won it. And this season again, he has gone all the way to win the Euros again with Spain. I think let's give the other position
as the
chance.
Best player in all of this competition.
And all of this tournament. In the Champions League, in the last 2 seasons, he was the best player. In the Europa Nation League, he was the best player. This Euros again, he's still the best player. More give this guy a chance. More give him a chance to win this, at least for Man City. He has done well. He deserves it. Okay. I'm not speaking because I'm a Man City fan, but come to think of it, this guy deserves it ahead of any other player. When Man City won the Champions League, don't they have a player there to win the Ballon d'Or that they give it to Messi? They have a player there. But they decided to give it to Messi. But so for now, I think Rodri deserves the Ballon d'Or. And talking about signing, I think it's time for Guardiola to let go of this football you have Man City. All these 30-something-years-old players, they will not play much for like 4 years again for Man City. So it's better we cash out now and begin to use the younger ones to adapt to the team. Not that when the time reach now, we'll start running scatter, spending heavy money to buy new goalkeeper, to sign new midfielders. At least we'll start training them now. Like this Oscar Bob. If the Bruni leaves now, this guy will have chance to play for us.
Okay.
He will have the chance to play. And so I wish he will let go of tendency so that we'll bring a younger goalkeeper to replace him. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Everton, for your take. I appreciate you for that one.
All right, and all the way we go to our WhatsApp handle, as this one is coming all the way from Maraba. Yes, Franklin from Maraba says catching up the vibe via the Radio Garden app. A fantastic one. That means anywhere you are, even in the city, you will definitely hear us. And this is what he says: African football is evolving, no doubt. And Mosepe has played his card well as CAF president. He deserves all the flowers. And for Rodri being ranked ahead of Jude is in the quest for Ballon d'Or. What do you expect? Stats don't lie. Rodri is a proper midfielder any team will pray to have. Hardly will you see Rodri have a bad game. On the other hand, Jude is Jude in the just concluded Euros is in most games was a shadow of himself. He got the English fans calling for his head in most of the cases where he failed to carry the team. Even though I don't like Manchester City, it doesn't take away anything from what that young man has given to the game of football in the past football years. And for Greenwood saga, it's so sad and inhuman of how fans are treating this young man. I pray he gets the hats to carry on amidst the tussle. Fanboy and Sport Bishop, I have been waiting to hear you guys like about Arsenal and Califiori dealer. Is it almost done? Franklin, you just have to wait tomorrow, Sport Bishop. When we come back, we will give you the latest in the world of transfer, even from Liverpool as well as Tottenham, where we hear that Højbjerg has left Tottenham
for Marseille.
Absolutely. All these we will be giving you tomorrow due to our time. As Sport Bishop, before we bow out quickly, the likes of and Rafael Nadal losing to Burgers.
Yeah, one number 51, winning that, losing that one. Was it 6-3, 6-4? But anyway, like he said, his focus is not on any of the the Grand Slam these days. Not even skipped Wimbledon. His focus is on the Paris Olympic Games, and he wants to be there. So wait and see. But anyway, it's a good one for him. Getting to the Sweden Open, getting to the final. It's not a bad outing for a man who's been just recovering from injury. So good one for Burgers, but also good for Nadal as well as he prepares for Paris Olympic Games.
Whew, time flies. We wish we could take it to the world of Formula One, to the world of cycling, but we will make sure we get you up to speed on the Show Sport Lounge as it makes a return tomorrow. 5 p.m. is the time. Do well to join us. Sport Bishop, it's time to take a bow.
Absolutely, the quickest 1 hour in sport entertainment. But don't worry, you can keep the love, keep following us on our social media handle. You can go like, subscribe, rewatch the videos, and of course, keep listening to Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja. From me, the Sport Bishop, and the finals we're talking sport, we say,
We are done.
and we're gone.
God bless.
No stress.
Up next is the world news.
Don't go nowhere.